Yo, what's up, everybody? It's the One Successful Failure podcast, and I'm your host. You know by now, you're rocking with your girl Trip. And first of all, I want to thank you for checking out episode 4. I married a cheater, because I really did. This isn't just some made for drama TV, no Lifetime, no nothing like that. And everybody's been asking, like, Trip, why did you stop the video with your face like... No, I didn't stop the video like that for production. You know, Michael C. isn't doing that for dramatic effect. The only thing dramatic is the things that the girl put me through in this story that I'm telling. But it just happened that way. It really happened. If you think my face looked like that by telling the story, you should see how my face was when I actually checked the text. Matter of fact, you're going to hear what my face did that for in part 2 of episode 4 of Why I Married a Cheater. And I'm going to tell you, the ancestors were not happy about me telling this story. If you've listened to some of the other episodes, it's all crisp and clear. But this one, it was airy and the lights was going out and it was loud. You're also going to see in the second part that the ancestors wanted to shake the shit out that girl. But instead, they just shook the camera. So it's not dramatic effect that we're doing. It's not post-production. It's not anything like that. But the story was so real and so raw, we just decided to let it roll and keep those things in there. So hold on to your seats, hold on to the iPhone or whatever you're listening to this on, because we held on to the camera and we held on to the story. And you're going to be seeing part 2, episode 4. I married a cheater. It's real. I really did. Listen, y'all, like this. Hit that like. You know where it is. Hit that like button. Subscribe. Share this out. This is my life. This is real. I'm being transparent on the failure. Like it. Subscribe it. We need those shares. We want to see you in the goddamn comments, man. Tell us what you feel. Tell us what you want to hear. Who is Stephanie to you? It's the One Successful Failure podcast, because I know who the fuck Stephanie is for me. It's the One Successful Failure podcast, man. This is your host, Trip. I'll meet you in them goddamn comments. I promise. I clicked on Stephanie. And why did I ever do that? Man, sitting right there with these white people in my face, geeked up off of mushrooms, wanting me to change the music and be a DJ. I looked down at my girl's phone in this text with Stephanie, and I saw some shit that changed my life. My heart dropped in my asshole. My throat swelled up so big, I couldn't say nothing, I couldn't do nothing, but I'm playing it off in front of these people. I changed the music. It's weird because you can't see it, but I'm shaking in this chair right now just telling the story. Because I haven't told this story to anybody. My mama never knew. Nobody knew because I didn't want anybody to hold it against me. I didn't want anybody to have anything to throw in my face later on. And I was embarrassed, like, how could somebody that I've been with for 11 years, that I'm with every single day, that's my best friend in life, that we do everything together, we've done some stuff in life that I will forever take to the grave. I'll never tell a soul. So how was this in my face and I didn't know it? Long story short, her and Stephanie were in a relationship. In that text thread, I saw naked pictures that she was sending to Stephanie. And I also saw Stephanie saying some craziness like, I'm counting the minutes till we're back in each other's arms again. And I'm like, yo, wait, I'm fucking tripping. Man, these shrooms got to be good, because I'm tripping. How could she be in Stephanie's arms? What the fuck is this talking about? I've got to be insecure and crazy like she's been saying it. And now I'm ready to go. So I tell everybody, yo, man, I gotta go, man. I'm playing it off. I'm tired. Hell, we got an 8 o'clock flight, 6 o'clock flight. Man, I gotta be at the airport. Let me go. Baby, wake up. I'm tapping her on the couch. Baby, wake up. And she's like, baby, okay, let's go. We was on like the 23rd floor in this penthouse in this New York hotel or condos. Or I don't even know what we were in. Like, it's so much of a blur. The only thing that wasn't a blur was that fucking text thread. Was those naked pictures. Was Stephanie's name. So we go out into the hallway. We're about to hit the elevator. But anybody that knows me knows I'm loud as the fuck. Like, Even when I'm whispering, I'm loud. And what was going on in my stomach, I knew I couldn't hold. And since we were in the penthouse, there was only 2 rooms there, so they would have heard everything. So before I hit the elevator on the 23rd floor, I said, baby, walk into the stairwell with me. And she was like, huh? She was trying to wake up and figure out where she was from the shrooms. And I said, baby, stop tripping. Walk into the stairwell with me, man. I want to talk to you right quick. And we go into the stairwell, and I look her in the face, and I say, hey, baby, I want to ask you something. And she was like, what, baby? You can ask me anything. I said, oh, really? She said, yeah. I said, well, who the fuck is Stephanie? And she said, why, baby? What happened? I said, why? What happened? Maybe you didn't hear what I just asked you. Who the fuck is Stephanie? Why the fuck do you have these naked pictures in there? And why the fuck is this person texting you at 3:30 in the morning? And she looked at me with these puppy dog eyes. She ain't had shroom eyes no more. She had straight, square, fuck your feelings, puppy dog eyes, and said, oh, that's my ex. And we together. And now, I guess you know. I was like, what are you talking about? We're together. That's your ex. See, what people don't know is, from day one that I met my girl, she was an obsessive compulsive liar. I knew it from day one. I didn't have any problems with it. I didn't think she was an excessive compulsive liar. I thought she was 10 years younger than me and didn't have any experiences in her life. So she would make up stories. My job for the next 11 years was to treat her to experiences, show her different ways in life so that she didn't ever have to lie again to fit in. But I guess I hadn't done that, and I didn't know that because she was still lying all the time. So she said to me, yeah, that's my ex and we together. And she looked at me like, say something. And I was like, oh, word? Y'all together? Do you love this person? And she looked me dead square in my face and she said, yeah. And I love him more than you. And that's who I'm going to be with. And I'm like, fuck, who is this Stephanie? And she must got that good because, man, we've been together 11 years. I don't know nothing about her. And you willing to put this, that me and you have all on the line for that? And she said, yeah. But what I didn't say was, when I saw the messages and she was still asleep, I pushed the call button on the phone. I pushed it 2, maybe 3 times. And on the 3rd time, I know you woke, Stephanie, because you had just texted. Stephanie answered and said, hey, baby. And I said, fuck, Stephanie got a deep-ass voice. She sound like a man. And I said to Stephanie, hey, Stephanie, who the fuck are you and why are you texting my woman at 3:30? Stephanie hung up. I immediately called back. Stephanie wouldn't answer the phone anymore. So that's why I told my girl to come in the stairwell, because I was confused. How the fuck is Stephanie texting you? Why does Stephanie sound like a man? Boy, these shrooms are good. Like, what the fuck is going on? These must be some good shrooms, because Stephanie sound like a man, and this is your ex, and I've been knowing you for 11 years, and you ain't never mentioned no ex named Stephanie. You ain't never mentioned no ex. You had never been in a relationship before me, so the world is spinning. I don't know what's going on, but I said, oh, okay, word. Oh, Stephanie is your next. This is what you throwing away for us? All right, then, cool. Holla at you, I'm gone. And I left out the stairwell and I got in the elevator and I took off and I walked 10 blocks to the hotel. And I don't know if y'all ever seen the Key and Peele episode where the dude is following Megan. Megan, your jacket!
Megan! Leave me alone! It's your jacket, though!
Man, this girl followed me down New York sidewalks all the way to the hotel. But like, baby, no, ain't no baby. Say that shit to Stephanie. You said, this is who you want to be with. This is what you doing. So go be with Stephanie. So it's not that I'm bragging. It's not that I'm proud of it. But that night or that morning, because it was 5 o'clock in the morning and I had to be at the airport within the next hour, I was sharing a room with somebody that cared about me and somebody that cared about my girl. I walked to the hotel room, and I immediately closed the door in my girl's face in the hallway, and she was like, let me in. Nah, you're not getting in here, bitch. Go in Stephanie's room. And my friend was in there, was like, yo, what's going on? I said, man, this bitch is cheating. And I just found out, and now it makes sense. This was the same phone number that had come across my phone during New York Fashion Week and was saying I didn't understand, but now it's all making sense. I was like, how does Stephanie know me and I don't know Stephanie? And why, again, does Stephanie sound like a man? Because Stephanie was a man, and Stephanie's name wasn't Stephanie. See, that's what my girl was doing. She had hid this, from what I'm finding out now, for like over 2 years. She had been having some kind of text relationship, some kind of emotional relationship that she called it for 2 years. And I knew nothing about it. Text, email, whatever. She said that's all that it was. But I can't tell you that without telling you this. Probably 5 or 6 months before New York Fashion Week, before we got up there, my girl had left me. But in order to leave me, my girl drugged me. She drugged me and I went to sleep. And when I went to sleep, I was knocked out. And it was probably 8 o'clock at night. And I had to be at work in the next morning. And I said, baby, you not coming to bed? She was like, nah. When she gave me what she gave me to drug me, she was like, nah, I'm going to go downstairs and watch TV. And that was weird to me because my girl doesn't watch TV. She hated TV. She would always talk shit about me wasting my time and brain cells watching TV. But she told me, nah, you go ahead and take this little cold medicine and drink this little special tea that I gave you. And baby, I'm just going to go downstairs and watch TV. And I was like, all right. I was so dumb, like, all right. And I curled up in that bed around 8:30, and I was knocked the fuck out. Something woke me up at like midnight, 1 o'clock. And where am I? Man, what's going on? I didn't know what was going on. And the TV was so loud downstairs. And I was like, why is that TV so loud? She knows I got to get up for work. And wait a minute. She gets up at the same time as I do or before me. And why the fuck is she not in this bed? I'm not controlling. I'm not jealous. I'm not none of that. We didn't go to bed without each other. This is what we did. When she went to bed, I went to bed. When I went to bed, she went to bed. That was the rules of the house. We didn't sleep without each other. From the time that we moved in together, which was probably a couple of months after we met each other, we didn't go to bed without one another. It didn't matter. We didn't go to bed without one another. So I'm tripping because I'm waking up by myself, sweating, trying to figure out why I don't know where I am, why I really can't open my eyes. Everything was cloudy. Everything was foggy. Why can't I really see? But we lived in an upstairs, downstairs townhouse. So I walked out of the bedroom and I looked over the banister and I was like, baby, can you fucking turn Wendy Williams down? Baby. There was no baby. There was no nothing. There was nobody in that house but me. I walked downstairs and on the table was a note. She left me with a note. And the note said some bullshit like, you know what, Trip, I think I need a break. I need some time alone to sort this out. What the fuck are we sorting out? Like, we've been together for 11 years. Like, we weren't having any problems. There was nothing going on. We hadn't had any fights. She had just put me to bed, kissed me all on my mouth, on my nose, on my forehead. Those things that she would do for me when I wasn't feeling good. Those things that she would do for me when she just wanted to make me feel more secure about the situation. That's how she put me to bed. And I woke up to this note saying, yeah, I don't think this relationship is of God. I think God doesn't want me to be living this lifestyle anymore. And I just need to go clear my mind. So I'm leaving for a few days. Don't call me. Don't text me. I just need some time to sort this shit out. Whoa. Talk about a blow. What you mean don't call you, don't text you, don't wait? Why can't I really read this note? Why is everything so blurry? Like, what the fuck is going on? And why the fuck is Wendy Williams still so loud? It's because she had the TV on all loud, so I didn't hear her sneak out in the middle of the night. See, I worked all day during the day, and she was at home. And she had already had her bags packed and placed in the closet where I never would see them. She had travel pillows, she had travel blankets, all that packed up nice and neat in the closet where I never would have known. And when she drugged me and put me to sleep, she wrote a note and she took off. And she was gone, I think for 6 or 7 days. I didn't hear from her. I didn't talk to her. I didn't text her, I didn't call her, just like she said. See, I'm an adult and I'm 10 years older than her. And I was like, all right, whatever it is that she needs, I'm going to allow her that time. Because if you don't want to be here, or if you need to think about sorting it out, by all means, boo-boo, go take your days and sort it out. And I didn't even know where to begin to look because she didn't have no family. She didn't have no fucking friends. So who could I call and say, where is my woman? I couldn't call anybody. So I had to get up the next morning and go to work and play it off like nothing happened. And I did that for 5 mornings in a row. And then me and my homegirl was just sitting at the house one day, and this motherfucker walks back in like nothing had happened. And she comes rolling an overnight bag, a carry-on luggage, and was like, honey, I'm home. And I'm like, yo, where the fuck you been? And she goes upstairs and goes into another room, and I don't want to make a scene in front of my homegirl, so I just let her go upstairs thinking she gonna go put her bags up and come back downstairs. But she didn't. And I'm like, man, this motherfucker been gone 5 days and you're not even gonna say nothing? 6 days and you just gonna walk in the house and go upstairs? Like, the fuck are you doing? So she went upstairs and took a shower. I guess she had to wash the tramp up off of her. I really don't know what she had to do. And then she went into this spare bedroom and laid on the floor and got on FaceTime with her homegirl in Vietnam. Her partner in crime. Somebody that worked at her place of work. Somebody who had been covering up for her lies and infidelities all this time. Somebody who had been in my house, ate at my place, slept in my place, was all in my fucking face. Somebody that I thought was like family. She's on the phone with this person and I walk in the room and I was like, yo, like damn, you left me with a note. You've been gone 6 or 7 days and you come in here and land in the spare bedroom on the floor. What are you doing? And she showed me the FaceTime and she was like, I'm talking to such and such. And I said, man, I don't give a fuck who you talking to. How you gonna be gone 6 days and walk into this house and talk to anybody but me? But when she came in, she took an iPhone that we had and plugged it up on the phone and turned it over, and I didn't think nothing about it. I told you my homegirl was there. She was recording my conversation. She was waiting, I guess, to see what I was going to tell my homegirl or what the conversation was going to be. She wanted to see what we knew and what we didn't know. But I didn't know shit. Neither did my homegirl. We wasn't discussing her. She was so much of a fucking narcissist. All she was worried about was what we were saying about her. I was worried about her all these days. I was happy that she was home. So I left my homegirl downstairs. I go upstairs and I'm talking to my woman. I'm like, baby, where you been? And she was like, you didn't get my note? And I was like, yeah, I got your note. And what you mean this relationship ain't of God? And what are you talking about? And what lifestyle are we living that God ain't blessing? And what do you mean? And she was like, I just needed to clear my mind. But I'm back. And I missed you. And I love you. And so where the fuck have you been? Man, I took the train up to my brother's house on the north side. And I spent 2 days with my nieces and my mom. And see, if you knew her, and if you know her mom, that was red flag number 1. She don't spend no time with them nieces. And her mom is abusive. Her mom is a drug addict. Her mom is a user. And everything negative that you can think, that's her mom. Like basically, she ran away from her mom by being with me. I protected her from her mom. I shielded her from all that they used to do to her. I don't play that bully shit. They used to bully her, and they would never do it again as long as she was with me. So for her to tell me, you spent the weekend with your mom and your nieces, that just didn't make sense. And she was like, okay. Well, I spent half the weekend with my mom and my nieces. And then I got on a flight to California to go be with my grandmother, my yaya. My yaya paid for it. She just wanted me to come and see her. She just wanted me to come and see her alone. She just wanted me to come and clear my mind and get it together because I told you I'm just struggling with this relationship that's not of God. But I know now that I'm back home that we're supposed to be together, and I missed you, and I loved you, and I'm so sorry, and I'll never do this again. And then she kissed me, and she hugged me, and she said, I'm tired, I've been flying. I just touched down from California. And I was like, right now? She was like, yeah, right now. So if you don't mind, I'm going to go to bed. And she went to bed. And we never discussed it again. And that was that. And that's how New York Fashion Week came up. So now she's outside the hotel room in New York Fashion Week banging on the door like, damn, Chip, you just going to leave me out here? You just going to do this? And I was like, man, I'm not doing nothing. Call fucking Stephanie. Bang on Stephanie's door. Because I don't know what the fuck is going on. And I'm not going to be played like this. Especially in front of my homegirl in here who thinks something of me. Who I have a reputation and you just ruin it in front of her. Hey man, I'm not with this. I'm going to the airport and I'm catching a flight. And I'm getting the fuck back to Houston. And I'm going to find Stephanie. Whoever she is or he is or whatever. But on my way to the airport, my friend picked me up. Tremaine picked me up, and I'm crying. I'm like, yo, I don't know what's going on. And she said she's leaving for Stephanie, but I must have talked to Stephanie's brother because some guy answered the phone, and when I tried to talk to him, he kept hanging up on me. And Tremaine was like, well, shit, call him now. Your flight ain't leaving for a few hours. We here, call him now. So I did. And guess what? Stephanie answered the phone. And he said, yo, man, this is not a conversation that we should get into, but I know who you are, and it's bad that you don't know who I am. And I was like, wait a minute, you know who I am? And you know that this is my motherfucking woman? And you texting her at all times of the night? And he was like, yo, like I said, I'm not finna get into it, but it ain't your woman, and I'm not finna answer these questions. You need to talk to her. You mad at the wrong person. And like a stupid ass, I said, you know what, dude? You absolutely right. And I apologize for even calling you with this. See, I'm not that type. I'm not finna chase nobody. I'm not finna argue over nobody. I'm not about to fight over nobody. And I sure wasn't about to fight Stephanie or Steven or whoever the hell this was, because I didn't know. I was so confused by this time. What I was about to do was fight this traffic, get on this airplane, and get home. But seeing as that I had paid for her flight, and she wanted to be doing this, I called the airlines and I canceled her flight. And this is the first time I've ever done anything like this in my life. And I cried my heart out about it because I felt like I was doing something that was so wrong, but I didn't know what else to do. And these fucking shrooms was still cycling. And I'm seeing colors and stars and Stephanie's and texts and naked pictures, and all this is floating around in my mind. And Tremaine was like, yo, if you can't get on this flight, don't get on it, dog. Rebook it, do whatever you need to do, stay here with me. Let me do whatever I can to make you feel better. And I was like, nah, man, I gotta go home. And I go wait in this line to get on this flight. And I look behind me, and needless to say, who do I see rolling up with their travel-on luggage to come and get on the same flight? And I'm like, well, how? I canceled her ticket. But I don't know. She booked a ticket, or Stephanie booked a ticket for her, or whatever. We get on the exact same fucking flight. She was 2 rows behind me, and she watched me the whole time. And I said, you know what? I'm going to sleep. And I tried to put my head down on that flight, and those shrooms were cycling so hard that I felt like I was falling into a hole. And these colors was going, and I just stayed woke. And we got back to Houston because we was on the same flight together. Although I canceled her, she had maintained or managed her way to book one. And we got back to Houston together, and we shared a car. And I hadn't put this whole thought together anyway, because how the fuck was I going to leave in the car? She had the keys. So we had to ride home together. And we both had to go to work that evening. And we worked at the same place. So we went home. We didn't speak on the entire ride. We both went and changed clothes. We both went to the same place for work. We both did our jobs. And then we came back to the house. And I was like, yo, you gonna ever talk about what's going on? Like what? And she was like, nah, I done said what's going on. I'm leaving you. And see, she got big and bad now. It's I'm leaving you. Now, she act like I didn't just put her the fuck out in the hotel. Like I didn't just get, oh, now she big and bad. Now I'm leaving you. Now you ain't shit. This relationship ain't shit. It's me and Stephanie. She didn't say Stephanie. She was saying her ex. But what ex? I talked to a dude What are you talking about? See, I'm confused because let my girl tell it. She had never been with a dude before. But I knew better because I know the situation in which I met her in. But that's the story that she was telling other people. So I went along with it with her. Who am I to tell her business about the one time that she was with this guy in high school and he took her virginity and dumped her? Who was I to spread that business? Because that's one of the only dudes that I ever knew about. And I know that Stephanie couldn't be him. Because why would she be with this old dude that took her virginity and treated her like shit and never took her to the fucking prom? I knew it couldn't be him. So instead of facing what we was dealing with, she acted like nothing had ever happened. And for the next couple of days, I tried to act like nothing had ever happened too. And we had to go out with some friends that weekend and we had to do some shit. And she was like, well, okay, I changed my mind. I don't want to be with this person. I want to be with you. We're together. I've let this person know. It's just me and you. I don't want that. I want this. It was that back and forth. It was that, baby, you're all I ever need, man. I don't care about Stephanie. I was just saying that because you had me in the corner and I was mad that you went through my phone. I didn't go through the phone. I was DJing. And Stephanie texted at 3:30 in the morning. I didn't have to go through the phone. It was there. So this was the second time that she said she's leaving or whatever, the same few days. The same spat. The same confusion from New York Fashion Week that she had never explained. She didn't need to explain. In her mind, she's the fucking prize now. Because I had been sick with cancer and she had took care of me and she had took care of the house and she had held it down. So in her mind, she was in control of everything and she didn't have to answer to nobody. Fuck what I felt. Fuck what I wanted to know. Fuck my feelings. I ain't telling you shit. That's what she was saying to me. And I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. But in the same breath, she was telling me it was over with Stephanie. And she got drunk one night and laid out on the couch. And it had only been a few days since it was happening. And guess what started happening again? Inappropriate times, that phone was blowing up. And I was like, damn, she just told me this was over. So I checked the phone again. This is the first time I really did check the phone. This wasn't an accident. I wasn't DJing this time. I wasn't trying to see what was what. I really checked the phone this time. And guess what? It was messages between her and Stephanie. And she was telling Stephanie, I can't go anywhere. She's holding me hostage. She has stolen my dog and won't let me leave. And when I saw these messages, I said, man, this person is motherfucking crazy.